Us from wherever you're joining us from, folks, pace and power. Welcome in the ring, share the light, smash that emoji button. Wherever you're rocking and coming from this evening, we're happy that you folks are here with us. Share the live, smash that emoji button, good folks. Wherever you're joining us from, good evening. We are happy and we are delighted that you folks are here with us. Washington is on Jagdeo's mind. He dominated this press conference an hour and 50 something minutes. We listened to all of it. We got the kind of time we had with the Jagabats and the trench capos. But we're happy that we thought up so fondly. We're happy, folks. Simply happy. How are you folks doing tonight? We're going to ring that bell one more time for you folks and bring you guys in the ring fashion. Share the live, smash that emoji button, folks. And can we go along the road, man? Let me go along the road a little bit now, please, and thank you. Wherever you're joining us from tonight, folks, we are simply privileged that you wonderful folks are here with us. Wherever you're rocking and coming in from. You're on your big flat screen TV in your living room, your foot up, you got your little fried fish, you got your chips, folks. Some of you heading into work, some of you might be coming home. Wherever you guys are joining us from, we are grateful and we are thankful. Share the live for us. Smash that emoji button as well, good folks. And let's go down the road now, man. Come, let me go down the road, good folks. Down the road we go. We are happy that all of you are here with us, guys. We trust you guys have had a good day. You stayed alert, folks. You kept away from the Jagabats. You've kept away from the trench crappos as well. Please and thank you. We are simply delighted that each and every one of you are here with us this evening, joining us tonight in live and living color. Good to see each and every one of you, folks. On the live, you all know as we said, folks. On the live, happy to have you. Share the live, smash that emoji button, folks, and come. We got a lot of things to cover tonight. We got a lot of things to cover with history lesson 2 in this press conference. I can't wait for y'all to come. Okay, some of y'all taking too long, you know. Some of y'all taking much too long. Come on, man. Shape up quick. Wherever you're joining us from tonight, folks, share the live, smash that emoji button, and we go down the road. 3 minutes in, folks. Where y'all be? Where y'all at? Where y'all there? Come on. Pick up the pace, good folks. Pick up the pace and the shares. Wherever you're joining us from, do let us know, good folks, if you're hearing us loud and clear. Wendy Stevens is here with us. Angela Jordan says, I just shared the live. Thank you, Angela. Thank you so much. Wherever you're joining us from tonight, Angela, we are happy that you are here. You're concerned about y'all. Backseat still, Donna Joseph, he's concerned about y'all and who y'all viewing, who y'all watching, who y'all giving money to. It bothers them that we're not carrying our hats by them. By them, never did they cannibal punch. We carry hats by no Jagabats and trench crappos. Don't come around me like that. Don't do it. Don't do it, good folks. I say to you, don't do it. Don't do it at all. We're not having it. We'll come again. Don't do it. So, folks, this press conference today, we trust that you guys can hear us well. Follow there. With Harry. You all ought to let the Papa Jagabat know. If we want a history lesson, we want a revisionist history. That's number one. And we have tutors of our own. We have lecturers of our own. Please and thank you. This conference weighed very, very heavy on his mind. Very extraordinarily heavy on his mind. They're still trying to recover, you know. And so, folks, it was one event there of, trying to put wool over people's eyes, but we ain't having it. We ain't having it. Folks, when we say thing, we want to go rush. We want no ting. Right? We go straight to it. So, folks, we're going to fight card set. They fight card set. Oh, yes, this press conference by y'all boy. This press conference by this fellow, Papa Jagabat himself. Not easy, you know. We're going to fight card set, folks. And, of course, if you know this program, you know where we start. And we say unashamedly, subscribe to what we do, folks, because of you. We're out here day after day. It upsets them that we have a voice. It upsets them. We have to go and abuse them. NCN, Chronicle, DP High, the people who got the news for the room, and all of them, we don't have to carry our hands. It bothers them. It bothers them. I see some folks saying no song. No, we can't have that. Some folks saying no song. Don't do that to us tonight. We having sung good at our end here. Check your system. It bothers them, folks. So of course, you got this man suffering from manic depression, among other things. Among lots of other things, which we can't disclose. We got him filed, you know. It's just that we don't want to get into politicians' business, who got small cocks, who got chigger, you know, who got bad shoes. We don't like going down the line. We don't. Tell the truth. We don't like going down the line. You see? But if push comes to shove, we will tell you who you're dealing with. Some of them have got a lot of time on the clock, you know. Folks, I will have you know, some of them don't have a lot of time on the clock. So this is where we begin, folks. Our broadcast from this evening. The Washington Conference on the Mind. That's what you know. The Washington Conference, folks. It is on the minds. And as I said, it dominated this presser today for over an hour plus. Well, first is the history lessons. As though we don't have tutors and lecturers of our own. We paid our tuition ourselves. We don't need any revisionist history. So, of course, you understand the impact of the Washington Conference on Guyana because he has to take you so far. He can't be carried back to 2015. He got to carry me back to 1992 to tell you why you must not give a hearing to APNU AMC. And it is littered with lies. It's a litany of lies that passed for a press conference today. Litany. Plain and simple. And he betrays what he's doing by stating why he was taking us back there. All the way back to 1992. I can't even remember that. Listen to you all, boy. The opener.
I hope that you will go back and read some of this, not just about the various documented cases of rigging, but the era, the economics of the era, the social dynamics, how far our country came, downwards. And like public servants, people started, they couldn't, public service, couldn't earn a living. I hope that you will go back and read some of this, not just about the...
Yeah. There you have it, folks. Hold on. I want you to get the whole thing. I want you to get the whole history lesson. Take it one more time.
I hope that you will go back and read some of this, not just about the various documented cases of rigging, but the era, the economics of the era, the social dynamics, how far our country came, downwards. And like public servants, people started, they couldn't, public service, couldn't earn a living. I hope that you will go back and read some of this, not just about the various documented...
Folks, did we hear him say that the public servants way in 1992 were concerned about the cost of living? Or that was today? Is that today's concern of the public servants? Hold on, folks. Did he say that the public servants in 1992 were concerned about the price of living, about the cost of living? That's... Folks, this Washington Conference, so much on Papa Jagdeo's mind. He lost you all the way back to 1992, you know. Lewan Hall, he lost the man all the way back to 1992. And he now has to start doing the work, not the work. He got started doing the work with the full cock and the blood and so on, all over again. You see, to enchant. He said, this Washington Conference lashed him so hard. He said, remember in 1992, what did he do, eh? Remember And it's sheer revisionist history. If there were any truth to it, folks, it would be a different story. But it's so much revisionist history. The Washington Conference, last year, boy, right back to 1992. I see some folks saying no sound. We can hear it our end. Folks, can you hear us? We can hear it our end. Some folks are saying sound. We're seeing the sound showing proper at our end. Do let us know if you can hear us. Some folks are saying sound. But that was only part of the history lesson. Your boy run out with the man vexed that we're asking for money, that we're raising funds to keep our broadcasting. All of that he talked about. All of that in this press conference. Oh, there was Duncan there with credible sources, bringing the event live and asking folks for money. Well, if you don't want people ask for money, you don't want us to ask for money, you send us a couple millions, man, so we don't have to ask anybody. But it bothers them. Folks, the history lesson didn't finish there. The history lesson didn't finish there. It continued. Listen to your boy again.
Just to give you an idea of the mood on election day in 1992, this is what President Carter in his book said. The book was written in 2007. It's called Beyond the White House. The most personal danger I felt since leaving the White House was in Guyana in 1992. That's a former US president saying that in his book. The most personal danger he felt.
So again, he's coming back. 1990, that's how hard the conference lashed this month. Lashed this fella. You know, he's them old grandfathers. There's everything in that. You bring up the water, you wipe the back step, you closing the door, you smooth the curtain, you lock the window. Everything bothering he. The conference lashed Jagdeo right back to 1992. Right back. And I see somebody ask, why is he so fascinated with that? You can hear just now, Fiona Marks Evans ask the question, why is he so fascinated with this era? Right? But you see, when he got to lie on the spot and he's pausing to make up this lie and to pull things out of thin air, all this fiction, you know, he probably was a good creative writer at school. Some good short stories. Hope we get a one in English. Good short stories. Fiona Marks, right back. This conference lashed him back to 1992. He can't catch himself as yet, you know. You think the history lesson finished there? No. It was just starting. Folks, it was just starting. More history for you. More history for you. Listen to him again. No. He got prime time. He got state media folks there at his beck and call, his women fancies. He could be talking about the developmental issues in this country that they face with challenge on a lot of fronts, and we'll show you some of that just now. Challenge on a whole set of fronts, but it's this Washington conference that on his mind, he wanted to go. Remember, he said they applied for tickets, but he's so vexed and upset that Burke turned them down. You know, more history for y'all. Take a look, folks. I'll take a list.
You would recall that we had almost 28 years of PNC rule prior to that, in which we lost a significant part of our population from migration. Our economy was considered one of the poorest in the world. We were compared with Haiti in this hemisphere. Our per capita GDP was just under $300 US. Contrast that with today, it's $17,000. And there was this era of hopelessness. The Caribbean Conference of Churches, when they came to Guyana to do an assessment in the early 90s, they said it was not only the large amount of deprivation that they found in the population, but it was this air of hopelessness in Guyana that bothered them the most. And if you have an opportunity to read that, the report from the Caribbean Conference of Churches, you would recall that.
Yeah. I tell you, all folks, his history lesson. See, you must go back to 19 some Caribbean conference, right? You since then to make up your mind about them and their policies. I don't know what he said about, the state of the economy. Well, we got so much oil. Have we done no different? We have so much of oil, folks. And what difference does it make? What difference does it make? So take your mind off this Washington conference on Guyana. And maybe in this booming economy, firemen don't have to be fighting fire with sprinklers, with hose that are so innovative. It's hose mixed with sprinklers. Because things are nice. This isn't a fire hose from 1992. Dr. Jagdeo. This is a fire hose from last night. But apparently we make no investments in fire. So like this fire hose, they're here since 1992. Like this fire hose, them boys went in Charleston last night to combat that fire. Perhaps they but that was his history lesson. He's trying to kerfuffle us with folks. That was the history lesson. Right? And I can show you how things bad just now. I can show you just now how things bad. In this country, he gone back to 1992 economics. No, I didn't know what happened in then. How old I was in 1992, for crying out loud. I was 10, 12, 13. I didn't know. I didn't contribute to the state of affairs. Right? It's no longer eating so much. It's only of recent vintage. So maybe this was there since 1992, Mr. Jagdeo. But he content there, He not content there. He's still in 1992, but he tells us why. He tells us why. He tells us of the potency of the Washington Conference on Guyana. Here's where he tells us that. Take a look. Take a listen.
It's a day, very important day for us because it allows us to reflect back on not just the progress, but challenges to democracy. And it comes at an appropriate time too, when there could be a rewrite of history, when even the people who were the perpetrators would never acknowledge that they did this. And if they can't acknowledge that, then how do you engage on moving forward? It's a day.
So there it is, folks. He tells us why he is so worried. There could be a rewrite of history. He's frightened, It is frightened. He is frightened that they lose the next election as they will. What is to be shall be as they will. So he has to take us back to 1992. At least there be a rewrite of history. Well, if you know you're going to win, why are you worried? If you know you get everything signed, sealed, delivered, why are you worried? The man said we went to no conference. The man said we just went folks, you got to hold on for the rest. The man came out to convince us today. This conference never happened. It never happened. All things are nice under them. You see, 1992, you had problems, but nice time now. I think public servants would disagree with you and the cost of living and how things were in 1992 compared to how they now. They would disagree with you. This isn't a story, folks, from 1992. This is a story from today. Sand reportedly stolen from the Burmese burial ground. Tombs also missing. Folks, things are tight in this country. People thieving dead son. People thieving dead people's son. That's how things tight in this country. What Jagdeo can tell me? He going right back to 1992. Why he can't point him nothing currently? And say this is what the people have done and they're doing. You see, in 1992, when we anybody got no time with 1992. Tell us what you've done for us recently. Trench Crapo Jagabat Council. Tell us what you've done for us recently. He carries still back today. Things are tight. Cost of living so high. People thief and sand out the Belgrade. In Barbies, if you got family who are in charge there, God rest the dead, you better check on them to see if they're still there. Tombs are missing. This is today's paper, not 1992, Mr. Jagdeo. But he's so afraid. Least, we have a rewrite of history. He ran out today, folks. The conference lashed them so hard. He ran out. He gone back to 1992. You see this madness? There's no method to it, you know. It's just madness with Grandpa. Grandpa nagging. He's in that age and stage of his life where he's having hot flashes. And no put down the people who got a little flash and so on. But he flashed them more hot. Is he flash hot up this whole place, you know? Is he flash hot up this whole place? Cross himself. His flash hot up this whole place. People are stealing sand out of the purpose. Belgrade, hope it's not the sand, the building thing and the whole thing tumbled down today. Hope it's not the sand from the Belgrade. Because that's what sand for build house with. Hope it's not the sand that tumbled down that whole crane and killed a young man. You think you understand where we are in this country? And here's a man who exposed himself to be above the ordinary human being, larger than life. Under his governance, people are resorting to stealing sand, brothers and sisters, out of the burial ground. What more? But he can't talk about that. He got to carry back to 1992. Folks, you're going to want to hear some of the other things he discussed this conference. Some of the other things, right? He could talk about this biggest GDP, we're doing oil and gas, but he want to talk about the money thieving out from natural resource. He want to talk about that. You see, he can talk about a lot of things. He want to talk about friends, family, favorite, getting big contract, crane coming down, killing people. He don't want to talk about those things, folks. He want to talk about skeleton, that pour billions in and everything falling apart. No, let me go back to 1992, brothers and sisters. Let me go back to 1992. Carol says this is, I think Carol has a word here. It's andropause. Carol Monroe, what does that mean? Andropause. I wonder, Carol, we don't come again. What does andropause mean? Folks, the man went back to 1992. You think this fell easy? You think easy? That's his fellow self, you know. That's his fellow self. That's his fellow self. That's his fellow self. It's his father of it. Before the whole nature of this program changed. Folks, I want to share some other things with you this evening. And then we're coming back to them, boys. We're coming back. We were weighing heavy on the mind. Press conference today. Everything is washing. Oh, Father. When they mean Karl Marx is when they left in the book, everybody get accosted today. Old grumpy self. Grumpy old man. Grumpy old man. Oh, Father. We talk about he. Don't tell about the sand, the thief, and now from the burial ground in Barbies. Must he building here at the house? Must he building here at the haunted mansion? It's haunted in there. It was he alone. But got a little chair running around in there with he grandchildren. Say, no. He can tell you that. We can talk about some other stuff, folks. The holy hose. What a hose. My God. In this fantastic economy, our firefighters get these innovative hose. It's a hose and sprinkler all in one. And folks, the Washington conference, the man said about 10 people went. Oh, you hear lie? You hear lie, folks? The man said about 10 people went. Massive of 10 people went. Oh, you have to stop the music. Like one side went. Oh, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. The fellow himself, folks, what I can tell y'all? What I can tell y'all? Let's tell you a couple of things and then I come out the way so y'all can go on with the rest of your life. The man vex, the man vex, we asking for funding here. It ain't got a politician worth his salt in this world that don't raise funds. You see? The man over this man won't be government in opposition. Take opposition. We can do a lot of things to the people of this country. You know, at the helm. Take opposition if you want it. Folks, a lot of things happening internationally we think you guys ought to know about. We can run through them very quickly so we can get to where we need to be. I really want to apologize to my guests from last evening. We still got some things to talk about, and I beg their forgiveness. We got a lot to talk about. Chuck Schumer leading some Republicans. They are the highest ranking. Well, I should say that really and truly. Republican now. They're off to China. You know, they waited for us to talk to us when we went to Washington. They're off to China with a delegation, of course. This is to advance America's interests. That's what's happening there. We're following this horrific crash. Deadly bus crash in Venice. 21 dead. A number of others injured. Horrific bus crash. And they're telling us they're waiting to see what is the final analysis. But what may have caused this bus to just careen off. Almost like a cliff there. Was it a bridge? We're still trying to get some information on this. Deadly, horrific crash. Some of the things we're following internationally, folks. Some of the things we're following in the region. Some of these might be close to you. They got that tropical storm. Hey, the age of retirement, the age of retirement in Trinidad. They've just agreed to take it up a little bit, right? They just agreed to take it up a little bit. But what I got the problem with is the people who are not paying their NIS. They got NIS too, name the exact same thing, National Insurance Scheme. The people there who are not remitting, the companies that are not remitting the NIS to the NIS. That is what they're up in arms with. So they just lifted the age of retirement there in Trinidad. That's one of the things we're following. And oh boy, it goes downhill from here because we're coming back into the 592 now. 6 newborns were found in a cemetery in the Dominican Republic. 6. Folks, they're studying this. 6 newborn. Right? And these weren't interred. So don't I want to mix them because it's a cemetery. We expect to be found there. It's how they found these bodies of these 6 newborn babies there. They weren't interred. They were not interred. Folks, Father coming for his world soon. I think it ended there in Maraval, Trinidad and Tobago, in a garbage bin. A baby's body was found quite recently as well. Signs of the times, brothers and sisters, signs of the times. Y'all better make it right. Don't choose to be grumpy, abusing down everybody every day and so on. Make it right. You just never know. You just never know. But it looked like he was going to have a heart attack in that press conference today. Lashy back all the way to 1992. Make it right with Father. You just never know, folks. You just never know. Yeah. They better make it right. Stop the jagabatical behavior. Stop it. Baby body in Maraval. Folks are trying to find out what happened here too. They said in this report they are surveying some CCTV cameras and hoping to get a better picture of who might have placed that body there. Horrific scene. If you want children, don't do things that leads to that. You don't want children, don't do it. Don't do it. Can't have it in bacon cake. So we're following that as well. You know, a lot of things happening, and then in Trinidad, as we there with that Maraval baby found in garbage bin. They say some folks are saying this might be a revenge shooting for another incident that took place quite recently. Right? 2 were murdered overnight in Trinidad, and they said it's linked to something that transpired recently. Folks, A lot of things that's come with oil, you know. Not only grumpy grandfather, not only a grumpy grandfather, a lot of things has come with oil. A lot of things. Moving on that. Folks, we're in the 592. And of course, you know, once you hear, things we're just going downhill very fast. Very fast once we touch down in the 592. Bring me over from the city, man, where you're all flying us into Chelly Jagan. You know, it's a little more gas you got to burn. Bring me over Georgetown. This accumulation of darkness on the side is making me look a little thin. Please and thank you. A number of things on this front, folks. A number of things on the 590 front. 3,800 of you watching us. You know, I'll be begging y'all for money. Y'all stay away from this show. I'll be begging y'all for funding. Y'all are not staying away from this show, folks. And look, I'm going to upset you now. I'm going to upset him now, folks. We can't do this show without you guys. We can't. We just can't. And here is how you can partner with us. Perfect segue.
Want to keep getting the best in the ring? Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $ in the ring 592, Zelle and PayPal in the ring 592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMV payments. Want to keep getting the best in the ring? Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $ in the ring 592, Zelle and PayPal in the ring 592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMV payments.
That's how we do it, folks. That is how we do it. And we're not going to be ashamed of it. We perhaps used to be, but we're not going to be ashamed of it. We don't run on water. So, folks, you know the one we off the air bad. They want us off the air real bad. As we said there, Cash App and Zelle and PayPal, you have all the QR codes. And even if you have a credit card or debit card, we have that facility. Folks, we can send you the link or you can scan the QR code. The fourth one there is that feature. Take a screenshot of it or send us a quick message on WhatsApp, and we're going to send that link to you, and you can contribute to our program. We need you, folks. We need you all at a very critical time. You see, getting into this election here, it's more madness you can see. It's more craziness. We need you, folks. We need you. Let's head into the 592 and see some of what's happening on that end. You know, Kaiju News is reporting. You got to be careful how you're meeting people these days. Very careful. A woman met a fella, Tinder, Guyanese woman. First date out, 22-year-old, she was raped. Our thoughts and our prayers are with her. You know, you got some wicked people in this life, you know. Wicked, wicked, wicked people. Wicked people. And you can't help them. They can't even help themselves. Some of them sick in the brains. I went on the press conference today. Sick in the brains. She met this fella on Tinder. Guyanese woman, first date she and the guy having. She was raped. Kaiju News is reporting on this today. Crushed to death. Pack of crosses. Pack of crosses. You see? You could give them how much millions you want to give them. You listen to me. Unless the Lord bless you, you're blessed. They can bless you with how much millions you want to bless you with. Pocket touring confusion. You all know I'm talking about this company linked to a social media commentator called Birdness. Got a big contract that he's not qualified for quite recently. Well, the project he's undertaking took a deadly turn today as one of the cranes that one of the workmen were in somersaulted, keeled over, crushing the operator to death. It's a pack of crosses, you know. It's a pack of crosses. I have no apology. I tell you, once you come here and deal with them, it's downhill. It's downhill. It's a pack of crosses. You wonder why this country is where it is? It's a pack of crosses you got to deal with. Donna, God don't like ugly. There are people in this country who are qualified, who bid for contracts, and who don't get it because of how your skin look. because of your complexion and texturization, you can't get it. Because of your association or perceived association. What's gone with you? Some neophytes, Nakavakamites, Jagabats, French crapos, tadpoles, bird nests. See, the benefit. But God don't like ugly. Even in politics, I found as a believer, I can't factor out. I find a lot of people, as politicians, turn up their nose at God. They believe that they are God. But the deeper I delve into politics, the more I need Jesus. When you see these rascals and scallywags, when you see these cats, as my law professor Duke Pollard used to say, you find you need the Lord more and more. You find you need him every day. God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. Our thoughts and our prayers go to this young man and lost his life. This accident today. Our thoughts and prayers. Yep. Yep. God don't like ugly. I don't tell. What happened to the RAS? Isn't that what you always call it? The RSS. Look, you see these people here who do this text here? What did the They're telling us they've hired an international forensic scientist to aid police in criminal investigation. So maybe coming back to Dion, what's his name? What's the fella name? The talk about all the police dirty story the other day. What's the fella name? Yeah? Are they going to help us there? They're going back to Main Street with the gun down paper shots. I figured the RAS wasn't giving them what they want. A lot of RAS, this. Remember the Regional Security Service or system? I think that's where they crawl out from. But they ain't getting what they want to get out of the RAS. They've now hired an international security forum, folks. I want to get you some of this very quickly. Well, of course, you got to get a daily fire update. We had that one last evening. We told you about hose in fire. Hose and sprinkle all in one. Very, very innovative. Very, very innovative. Not natural fire, but folks, the Jagdeo inquest, the Jagdeo inquiry into that deadly fire that took 20 of our young people under the PPP watch. Jagdeo was going to press conference and talk about that. How are those children coping? The families, how are they coping? Can we talk about that? No, he won't go back to 1992. This is your watch again. Every time he's at the helm, it's bloodshed and mayhem. He's a cross. He's a devil and a demon. And the electorate is gonna cast him out. That's what we gotta do. We gotta cast him out. So we heard that from the recent sitting of the COI, they said that the fire service was understaffed and ill-equipped. The fire station Jagdeo, and they faced an uphill task. We live right in Georgetown. You got hose, innovative, to look like a sprinkler. What happened in Jagdeo side? What happened in it? This is right down here. Center of town. You just put out your best. If that's what we got for hose, what happened in Jagdeo? One of the things that came out in the recent sitting of this inquiry is that they are understaffed, ill-equipped. It was an uphill task. Confluence of events. And then you got these boys at the helm. And all they could do is look back. 1992. Where are we going? They can't tell you. But historians at work. He won't talk about that. He won't talk about that. We show you how a lot of things start. Here's how this one going. Right? Here's how this one going. Remember there was this court battle to stop the flaring. Well, Roxanne George Wiltshire, Chief Justice, the Honorable Chief Justice, ruled in favor of EPA recently. Techwin, as long as a technicality, Techwin, making a mess of oil and gas. Making a mess. Look crosses now. Look crosses now. Who got for praise? Whoever got the people who are prayer, we got with us. You better pray. A lot of things happen. We got to deal with. This father said he was shocked that his son was strangled at school into unconsciousness. He didn't think he had things for Shakti. The schools in this country now is like a free-for-all. It's like a free-for-all. The father in his word says he was shocked. He thinks his son had to be walking down some dark road someplace to be waylaid by bandits. He don't know. Right in school, it will come and reach him. But Jagdeo want to talk about that. He want to talk about 1992. And in their school system, under their watch, this is happening. When we go find some press time, Jagdeo, to talk about what we're going to do here and how we're going to stem the tide of violence in our schools. When are we going to talk about that? When are we going to talk about that? Or this one? Students beaten and robbed in Diamond after leaving lessons. Crime for so. As the trainees would say, crime for so. When are we going to talk about that? No. Let me focus on what the opposition doing in Washington. Don't let me focus on ropes and bend. Getting big salary, millions of dollars a month. Hickens, big siren, big bodyguard, this the terror. Nice time. Don't let me tell what they're supposed to be doing. Let me look by the opposition and let me look back to 1992. This is the Guyana today that we inhabit, folks. But he won't talk about that. You see? Because he aims to distract. Because if you're looking back to 1992, you can't see how they're thieving out everything. And why the resources never get into the people, never get into crime fighting, never get into healthcare. Because we're too busy looking back at 1992 and what happened or didn't happen or all the fictitious things that he bringing up. You see? Because if you can't dazzle with brilliance, them boys say, then it's baffled. Baffled with the BS. And so these are just a couple of the things, that didn't come up by the press conference. And I'm so upset with some of our journalists who just sit there and just go with it. When we did communications, not so long ago, in that beautiful department at University of Guyana, Communication Studies Department, Center for Communication Studies, we learned the story, you got the who, the what, the where, the when. But we got to go on from there. Investigative journalism. I find a lot of journalists don't bring nothing to this thing, It's not all of them. We got some good journalists. Some talking at newsroom, some other places, right? I don't know if anybody chronicles, maybe one or two, right? But they're not being allowed to blossom, to shine. You got to do the work of a journalist to pursue the truth wherever it leads. Isabel Young did a lot of groundwork. She came and she watched Jagabat in the eye, watching him lying like when Harsh strutting, and she got ace in her back pocket because she did the work. She did the work. And I'll show you just now how our journalists are failing us. I'll show you. And he lie, like he was lying in this press conference today. And then she played her race. What is your relationship with Sue Jerong? Before that, anybody could tell you anything. Anybody could tell you anything. You come into a country, anybody could tell you anything. What is your relationship with Sue Jerong? And she played her race. Perfectly timed. Sue? That's the same fella. We'll go back to 1992. Don't let me talk about what happened in his living room. Let's focus on 1992. Shall we? The signs of the times are all over. 13-year-old girl. Who got money got bargain in this country? Who got money got bargain? She said she was raped. 13 years old. The man gave a statement and he gone back to business as usual. The people in Essequibo know. The people in Essequibo know who we're talking about. Once you got connections, friends, family, favorites, and flatterers. But don't let me talk about that. Because he know he got some rapists to deal with right in the camp. Wicked set of people. Don't let's talk about that. See? Let's talk about what happened in Washington. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. They're telling us that the land zone surveyors said the house are knocked down in Makkah. The land don't belong to them. It don't belong to Central Housing and Planning. Those people said all the while that those lands were given to them. I think some of them had the documentation. They were old Gaisuko lands. And in the influx of time, the lands were transferred to them. They didn't want to hear that. They're going to bulldoze those people. Bulldoze those people. Now, Gaisuko rather, that Central Housing Planning, it only land in Makkah. The damage has already been done. I hope the court gave those people millions of dollars in that litigation they brought against the government. That is my hope. Wickedness like you've never seen it. Wickedness like you have never seen it. That's what it is. That's what it be. Coming down quick. The election fraud charges case. The election fraud charges case. He said he with the special prosecutor, Darshan Ramdani, the AG. He wants to consolidate the cases and try everybody at once because he believes he's bright like that. Right? He believes it's a tree. You know the story. Eminent lawyer, Nigeria, says it cannot be done. It's impossible. Bring your best case. Bring the strongest one. Well, he swim out. He swim out. Yeah, he's looking tired from late nights. Late nights. He's up late now. Like a jumbie. Late, he's up. To consolidate her. They want to bring all the cases together and try them at once. He wound up more late nights. You know, they go, where's the other what's happening at Rose Hall Estate? 130 tons of sugar. One set of money they poured in the dark hole, the black hole. Right? We didn't know nothing but managing sugar. Huh? Having the time of their life, folks, we made to understand everything breaking down at once. Most of it doesn't break down and give out. It's the rest of it crumbling now. But don't let me talk about that at the press conference. You see? Where are journalists? No, let's talk about that at the press conference. Let's talk about the Washington conference. You see? They're telling us that Jagdeo himself, they lashed 15 big businesses, they said, off of the electricity grid, GPL grid, because I don't know if they own money or what have you, but they said that engagements on their electricity use failed. I want to name them. Name these businessmen or businesses, big businesses. They've taken off of the peak hour, taken off of the grid. So they causing the blackouts. That's what he's saying. Is these 15 big businesses that causing the blackouts? That is what you'd have us to believe. Is these businesses? All right. Oh, Father, help us. Help us in this country of ours. Help us in this country of ours. But you know by now, folks. You know by now. Tell me how much he pull out. He pull out $300 million shore-based project. He says he's out for religious reasons, of course. Religious reasons, he's out. He says, contracts and his beliefs and interests and so on as a Muslim would not allow him. I love this country. I love it. Some other folks say I'm taking time off from my family and so on. He says his religious beliefs, folks, he's walking away from this $300 million rather, U.S. shore-based operation there at Freedom Hope. He ain't got to do with writers investigating the family for corruption and smuggling and so on. Right? It has nothing to do with that Reuters damning report. No, brothers and sisters. Religious beliefs. Right, Alistair Rutledge, ExxonMobil Guyana chief. Yes. Religious beliefs. Oh, Father, help us in this country. Help us. Help us with belief in this country. Help us with belief. What happened with Walter? Solid Waste Director there at Main City Council. They say Walter getting a little bastard these days. Getting besides himself, smelling his sweat. In a very historic vote. Jagdeo didn't talk about this today. In a very historic vote, the entire local government commission, we made to understand, voted to suspend the Main City Council of Georgetown's Solid Waste Director, Walter Ryan. Right? And if you know the local government commission, the majority is PPP people. Opposition folks in the minority. Unanimous vote to suspend. Well, we hear somebody run to Irfan, and Irfan about to step in. That's word on the ground. It's who you know in this country. The way you do, it's who you know. Right? It's who you know. You can rape a 16-year-old in government flats. Right? And you can hear hounding people on social media. It's who you know. You can have bullying people on social media. Rape a 16-year-old at a Chala bar. But it's who you know. So say if I'm about to step in, and Walter might be reinstated, I didn't even know if he gone and leave us yet. Who you know in this country. And then the old boy ran out today, folks. And this presser, oh my God, Washington on his mind, folks. Washington on his mind.
Washington, there was some talk about inclusivity in the parliament. Imagine APNU going to say to Washington that the PPP tried to steal or stole the 2020 elections. Washington, there was some talk about inclusivity in the parliament. Imagine APNU going to say to Washington that the PPP tried to steal or stole the 2020 elections.
Folks, it's on his mind. You got a whole country falling apart. A whole country. The man makes this conference stunning, you know. Mind you, at very intermittent periods in the press conference. I didn't watch much of it. The little that I caught, the few pictures I saw. Well, if he could do an hour and 57 minutes on that, what he called a smattering. He brought back Meganti's word. A smattering. Wasn't plenty. Was a smattering. If he could do it on a smattering of information. Imagine if he got the 10 tickets that he said the government applied for. Imagine. He would have been still talking from that press conference that started around 2 or something, or there about. He would have still been talking. He made a study. He said, I see plenty of it. Every 10 minutes. But I didn't see plenty. And then he would go on for another 50 minutes. And then he would check. But I didn't see plenty. Oh, Jagdeo replied me. You know, there got some people who said, I don't like talking name, but or I put it another way, we ain't talking name, but I see plenty, but and he goes on. The man merely take a study. He should be paying us clearly. He should send us something because we give him free viewership. But he worried. People pay for him to watch. But he is worried, folks. Listen how the fellow made this thing a study. Listen how he made this conference a study. Listen to the minutiae that he got into.
To have a whole party. Imagine the leader of a party, the leader of the opposition, Royce Ford and Amanza Walton and the whole AFC go to a conference organized by a criminal and sit down like it was pathetic. Just sitting down in a conference being lectured to by Burke. They went to a Burke conference. They didn't go to an opposition event there. They were led by the nose. This is a big political party. This is like a French criminal in the US saying that I will arrange an event in the US and you will need to come up. Do you think even President Granger, you think a Granger would have sat through that meeting that Brickford Burke had there with a smattering of people and being lectured to by Burke, and they sit there like, I don't understand, with blank faces almost, as though lost, listless. I saw the body language, listless, lost faces, sitting there, you know, with blank faces. Of course, Amanda, well, not only the face was blank, but she blanked out on math, which is a common thing with her. But this is what happened. And they've reduced their whole political party to a pathetic group of people in the leadership. Royce Ford got into trouble again.
Folks, this government doing all this big work they say they're doing, you know, all this transformational development. And he didn't watch him man's body. The first I sit down here watch him man's body, you see, I find a little toasty there. I say, hey, watch him man's body and so on, and she looked a little listless. Look a little listless. I thought he's a busy fella. You know, lots of living room, meetings and so on. Right? But the man made it kind of a study. He said, I watch plenty though. All the body language and so on. Is it 2 minutes I watch? I watch plenty. Right? I watch plenty, folks. The man tried to convince us in all that. We had no conference. We didn't went Capitol Hill to meet with Hakeem Jeffries and Maxine Walters and the rest. You know, Congressional Black Caucus, other U.S. congressmen and so on. No. Listen to you all, boy.
And so I looked at some other things too, not the conference. I saw the pictures of them walking through like tourists through the Capitol Hill. Now, Capitol Hill, anybody can go there. You can go there, you buy a ticket and you go in. You can walk through those halls. They allow tours, conducted tours. And that's what they did. Like they had a lot of conducted tours on the corridors. They were snapping pictures. Then they came down on I saw an image of it, I think at Damar Waves or something, and they stood on the step of the Capitol building to give a press conference.
So, folks, we were on a conducted tour. We didn't. Apparently, the congressmen had us on a conducted tour. What's the real sit down? Right? Shelley Granham, Andrew Griffith. What's the real sit down? Was a conducted tour that we went on. But I tell you, he made it a study here. He said, I must plenty, I much, not the conference ready. Some other things I saw. Some other things I saw. Right? Listen to the, I tell you, whole 2 hours. We had Washington conference in Washington. He had the Washington conference at Freedom House today. Regurgitating everything that was done, everything that was said. Here you are, boy.
So this brings me to the much talked about and Washington conference. So in retrospect, I think Burke is a criminal, but he's very clever. And Burke knows about the charges he's faced here in Guyana, where there are documented cases of him extorting people. And that charges have been laid already against those individuals because they have them on tape documenting trying to extort businessmen here using social media. Now, Dorian Bess was charged for the same affair too. The same man that they use as the person we're discriminating against, he was charged as part of a plot to extort people. So Rickford Burke is aware that at some point in time that his criminality will catch up with him in the US. And I think the US policymakers would start distancing themselves from his extremism. And because they would now get the facts directly from the government, and they have started to get some of that. So this conference was not about Guyana. This was about safeguarding himself. Secondly, it was a conference to extort and get people to pay money. It was money making. So the reports I got, because we're a big party, we get reports from there. Not only, it was a small gathering of individuals, if you look at it. I think the 15 or so who went up from Guyana, or probably more than the group in the room. And you notice they didn't give you big crowd shots of the conference. So it was a small gathering. And people had to, of course, pay to go there. And many were non-Guyanese.
Folks, I think you have me to your quota. I think you take more. I think you could take more. Yeah. He know more that happened by this conference. So like when I was sitting there on Capitol Hill with the leader of the opposition team, and those people I was looking at it on the side of the table, like it wasn't really them people. Like it was AI, it was artificial intelligence. It wasn't really Hakeem Jeffries and Walters and Yvette Clark and the others, right? Like it was some AI I had to watch him there, you know? Like it was some AI I was looking at there. But then the man bring out his finest storytelling, his finest piece of creative writing, right? Here is piece of fiction now. Here is piece of fiction. Finally. As you wrap up, here is piece of fiction.
So this guy said to me, one of the men approached him and said he was told to come there. He had to pay $10,000 because he is interested in investing in Guyana. And he was told he'd be meeting with policymakers from Guyana. So when he showed up there, he thought it was the government policymakers. He then heard from the opposition. So he had a conflict with Burke. He wanted back his money and all of that. This was a Haitian guy. So I'm not sure how many of that happened, how much of this happened, but I know it happened for sure. because I have at least one case, and I'm trying to get some more details to see if the people will go public.
Hear a story there? You hear a story there? Where the man there? What's his name? Bring him forward now. Bring in the press conference. If this man was so affronted, right, that he gave 10,000, so he's got to get 10,000 for me to gather policymakers now? He didn't seem too affronted that the man had to give 10,000 to meet with Guyana policymakers. It's the fact that he met with opposition people when he got there and that he wanted his money back. So that's the going price to meet with Guyanese policymakers now. And if this man is so incensed, if he's so incensed, having lost $10,000, why didn't you come to front? You're hearing madness here. And the more he lie, you see, when he's in a real life, he starts laughing. When in a real life, the last time I saw that, when it's like a cream pie, delicious lie, right? The McFlurry of lies, he's put on the smile. The last time I saw this fella smile, that is when he said they were looking for Sue to throw him out. Remember how he laughed? He said, right now we're looking for Sue to throw him out. What happened to that? Whatever happened to that? This man tell he, right? This man that couldn't meet he before to find out if it's really their conference. The man meet he afterwards though. Call he afterwards. Because I meet that like the 10,000 gone. Right? But we're trying to find out the name and if they want to come. Folks, you hear like? Alton Cortez said, dream the story. Look, let's take this man off his stream before you have nightmares tonight, folks. I think that's going to do it for us in this end, folks. That's our time. And that's our program. Remember to partner with us. Remember to partner with us. Tomorrow morning, I'll give you all of it. We're quite over time right now. The man called me out because we are asking for funding to keep going, bring you guys valid, credible information. 4,300 of you watching us across Facebook, across social media right now. 2,400, 2,300 watching us on Facebook alone. He wished his press conference had 300 persons watching. Wishful thinking, sir. Wishful thinking is the funding that keeps us going to bring valid and credible information to the people. Who vex? We got no apologies. Thanks for joining us, folks. That's our time. And that's our program. I'm going to stick around and give a couple folks a shout out. For those of you who have to run off, run off, feel free to do so. Thanks for joining us, each and every one of you. Thank you. Pamela is here, and Joylyn is here, and let's see, Lester Williams is here too. Debbie Collins is here too. Van Kutit, folks, share the live before you go. Ask quit. I see Rod Brando. I will tell you, come back, my brother. You come back to earn your pay. You come back to earn your keep. Raul Brando Ramatar. Well, the troll's got to live too, right? Just like a horse, troll's got to live too. Phil Goldberry, Pam Halls, and Stacey and Stoll. Deborah Pearson is here with us. I see Michael Bishop, Lyndon Gale. Rena Cummins is here too. Diane Gibbs, and all the other folks. Really joining us from around the world, folks. Edith McGinnis, Veronica Primo Rollins. I see Dolly Anderson is here. Shalon Joseph. Forbes is here too. Carol Monroe and Glycis Mingo Byrne and all the other folks joining us. Have a fantastic rest of the evening, folks. That's going to do it for us in this end. That's our time. That's our program. Stay safe.